Hello, Claudia.
Hi, Calon.
Today we have a very good topic to talk about, and I have to confess that I like very much some country names, like Israel, for example. But for me, they are very good just on people. For example, just a man called Israel for me is a very good name. Or for example, Syria is a very good name for a woman. But at the same time, I think it's okay, it's a good name. But what is the meaning for other people about this country? Because it can be divided Syria, um, Israel, or other names. For example, for you, what is the one of the best beautiful name to give a man and a woman, but a country name?
Um, Came to my mind
Not
now.
not Romania. Romania, no, it's excluded for you,
No, no,
right? Not
no.
Romania.
Came Europe actually. I don't know why. Europe has a very interesting, very strong, very meaningful sound resonance to my ears,
of
to myself.
of
Europe.
France.
Or
Or well,
France, exactly. It's
France,
very
right?
open name, very feminine, let's say, in a way.
Mm-hmm.
France. Italy is already more spicy, I would say. Sounds a bit more different.
Hmm.
Interesting, yes.
And today we have to talk about Israel.
Yes.
For me, it's a very good topic because there are a lot of information, a lot of esoteric information, and I can't wait just to present the operator of this week investigation session. And let's start just right now. Let's go with Joanna.
Hi,
Hello.
Ioana.
Hello, Carlo.
Welcome.
Hello, Claudia.
So happy, Joanna. Huh? Always
Always.
happy. Anastasia.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi everyone.
Hi, Anastasia.
And Katerina.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, welcome.
Hello.
Okay, welcome again. Welcome back again for another investigation analysis. So I want to start just right now because we have a lot to talk about it, and I want to start with the same question for all of you. So Joanna first, Katerina, Anastasia, and Claudia after the last one. What is the best interesting information for you, like an hypnoperator, Joanna?
Yes, thank you, Carlo. First of all, Claudia perceived that we live in a period of time that is supporting and accelerating the energies. Then she perceived the most important parts, that people in a position of power are descendants of Yahweh by DNA.
Mhm.
The 3/4 of them control, and the 1/4 of them are obedient to the other 3/4.
Mhm.
And last but not least, Claudia perceived two entities shaking hands, making deals over the energy of the people, either people in Israel, either people in Iran. And it's at at a
Oh,
superior level, it's the same. Yeah.
no, 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 no worries. Sorry.
No, that's it. So at a superior what we see now on TV on a physical level, it's of course a fight. But Claudia perceived in a metaphysical level that kind of the same entities are making deals with each other. That's it for
Iran. Another good name, Iran. What's her name?
Hmm.
Iran.
yeah,
No?
Very interesting
yeah,
sound.
No? But just the meaning in this other country can be different from other people, no? So it's complicated by the name. These names are very good. Do you like it,
yeah.
Iran? Like a name? No? People like.
I do. I like it.
Okay, thank you, Ioana and Anastasia. Yes.
For me, I think it was a very complex session, first of all, a lot of information, but the most interesting to observe was seeing that I saw a lot of rituals, in this name, in the energy of the country. And it was interesting to see that these rituals became kind of ingrained in their culture because it has such a big past, and it became ingrained in everything, in their religion, in their daily tasks, in little things that make them unconsciously give up their power of choosing, their power of decision, their power of following their own kind of vision, their own ideas, and it leaves space in their energetical personal space for an entity, for example. And of course, we saw what entity in this investigation, but I think it's a lot of information to say at once.
A lot of entities, no? A lot of DNA entities, no?
Yes, and also what said Ioana with the bloodline, everything, the same bloodline, and rituals that include children from other countries, not from their own. I think it's interesting. And also, I perceived symbols in the name, in the energetical space, that are kind of linked to Israel. That is a pyramid, a spiral, and a satanic kind of star. And then I didn't even realize, but then I did some research after the investigation, and I saw that um, how do I say, the flag of the Israel is two pyramids. It's a star of two pyramids. And I searched also the spiral because I didn't know really what it means. And they have something called genesis, the genesis of something, and it's represented by a spiral. So it was pretty interesting.
Mm. So, Joanna, Claudia, Katrina, and Anastasia, do you analyze some DNA in the session, some entity, or something like that? So, Joanna, what kind of DNA did you um, verify?
So in the protocol, we had the question, observe the etheric DNA of the 12 tribes of Israel, the 12 lineages that descend from the sons of Jacob.
But no one species or some species in particular?
So
No?
I
Okay.
don't
No.
see,
Okay,
I,
okay.
rem-
Okay.
I remember, Ioana, it was something with Yahweh. You asked me at some
yeah.
point, but I don't remember now. Probably have to look.
But yeah,
They
yeah,
keep
just
their DNA
Yahweh.
clean, but there's hybridization.
okay.
There's a lot of
Perfect.
hybridization.
Perfect. And about you, Katrina and Anastasia?
From what I remember in our investigation at the question with the descendants, there was also a hybridization of
Yeah.
a percentage of reptilian, but Yahweh I saw as an hierarch. I don't really know how it is in English.
Iraq?
Um, hierarch, yes,
Hierarch. Yeah,
hierarch,
Archon, as you used to
archon,
say.
whatever. Yeah, the new name.
Okay, we call Archon just. Do you know why? Wow. Yes. Joanna?
We call archons hierarchs because
Ah, great. You know,
we
huh?
have our special language here in the Grifasi
Yeah.
universe.
Yes, because we are creating a new vocabulary just
Yeah.
to not create confusion with a lot of vocabulary names and call it things, just using the same name for different concept, etc. So no, we have our vocabulary. So jerky, no, um, jerky,
Hierarch.
Yeah,
jerk,
Hierarch.
jerk,
yeah,
jerk. Sorry,
yeah. Mhm.
neither me remember.
Mhm.
Okay, okay. So thank you very much, and Katerina, for you, the more interesting information about this session.
Lion to pyramid
Oh,
was interesting, really,
hmm,
for me. And then that Yahweh is on the top of this pyramid, and
yeah.
this pyramid have a lot of level, and inside entities, still entities. And the people ask for protection, or Israel have like a fear to disappear and ask to Yahweh, give them this protection, and he do. But
Hmm.
he do not really, but they thinks that he do. But he ask for loyalty only to him. It's selfish. And then ritual blood, but because blood is like energy. And two, that they are low frequencies, and the people of Israel is like draw from energy, and they must look for the energy outside of Israel to satisfy the need of this entity, because entity work only if deal is complete. No.
Okay, so you got Yahweh, and
Yeah.
you didn't make Anastasia to channel him?
No, not this time.
No.
No,
Why no?
because I know that Yahweh,
Katerina.
you don't like it,
Yeah,
and
because you don't
the,
like, but other people like.
no, but Yahweh, I know we do investigation about Yahweh with Martin. He's not really happy for that.
Why not? Why not?
Because he don't want
Don't
share.
create,
Yeah,
negativity. Create positivity.
I'm kidding. No, he don't want give a plan for the future, and he don't like that we are here to ask him his name and what he want. It's no, I don't.
Okay, thank you, Katerina. And what about you, Claudia? Your session?
Yes, thank you, Ioana, for reminding me a lot of details because I was not actually very much in my memory. But as a general sensation and what I remember, touched me the most, um, was the fact that under so in the Israel ground, we would say it's like Israel. It's crossed by some lines that are somehow enhance the violence and aggressivity. But those lines are not specific only for Israel. We can find those lines all around the globe, but in there is something specific with that desert-like type of ground of soil, and that it's like an inversion of the it's not that red soil doesn't create, it's an inversion, and that helps those lines to be even more powerful. Yes, I also saw Yahweh being the main entity that they are obeying to. Also about the circumcision, I remember, Ioana, they
Yeah.
are, it's not necessarily something physical, like they claim it's something to keep themselves clean. No, it's more like a seal of their pact with their God. It's a very important seal. They have to accept this as a proof of obedience to their God. Um, yeah, that's for the moment, but I remember more as we
Mhm.
speak.
It's very interesting about the circumcision because you have to do a pact, a blood pact, something like that, but just in the genital area. Why just the genital area? Because you can do something in other part of your body, not just the genital one. Why? Because this part is a very powerful part for the energy. The sexual energy is one of the most powerful energy we have, we can create. And for example, if you if you eliminate the part of skin just over the gland, of course, is not protected anymore. And the gland has to be protected because it's a very sensible skin. And this is the reason because when you have a sexual relation, of course, it can help all the organism, all the organ, just to have an ejaculation. So very sensitive. But if you remove the skin of the gland is getting more harder and harder and harder and less sensitive. In some cases, the sensitivity can be just like a zero, close to zero. So in this case, what is the meaning? That you don't have to enjoy your sexual energy, your sexuality. So this is a steal of energy, the sexual energy. Because if the energy is not going to vent from a normal orgasm, a normal sexual organ, is getting out for another part. So the esoteric meaning is another one. You can tell about yes because a ritual, because it's a ceremony, etc., etc. Yes, okay, of course. What is the symbol? What is the meaning? Because in the esoteric world there is an efficiency, there is a result, there is a goal that you don't see. Another process, another
Meaning?
an intention.
Hmm.
And now I give some information, but this information is given to you just for two reasons. One, because I just heard about other investigation session for other operators, other sessions, just to give different information, similar. And I repeat again, uh, we can understand an investigation session when you have a lot of information about so many investigation session and personal session just behind thousand and thousand and thousand years of session, because in this way our mind is understanding the language of the esoteric world. Any details we can know if the detail is a garbage detail or a good detail. So this is the reason because I can say something and is an information, one of the best good information we can have. Of course, always there is a pollution in the information, always, but we have to get closer to um, the reality of this co-creation. So Israel, it's very interesting that when you analyze the DNA of many entities present in Israel situation right now, this DNA is an hybridation, is an hybrid DNA. We don't understand what kind of entities is behind this situation. Who is the boss? We don't know because the entity is so unidentified. It's just so uh, um, smoking. It's just no morphology, no identity. No, it's difficult just to understand. There is a reason. There is a good reason. So let's go back in time for now. Do you remember the Hebrews was under extermination during just before the Second World War? Perfect. In this case, the DNA of entities just controlling that situation was very defined. That DNA is a humanoid, Aryan humanoid DNA, Aryan. This is the reason because Hitler at that time was inspired just to talk about the superior race in the world. There is the Aryan race, just um, a man, blonde hair, uh, blue eyes, and white skin, very tall, etc. Just the Aryan race, no? And just this race is the race we can see in the humanoid. We see what's in a session, in an esoteric session. When you got an humanoid, it's just blonde, just blue eyes, and just white skin. 80, 90, 95% is this race. Because at that time, the humanoid of this race, it just was trying to dominate in the world, trying to exterminate another race, another extraterrestrial group of entity to control the world, in competition to control the world. Because you have to understand that what you see on Earth is just a part of the situation. When you see Russia, Ukraine, when you see I don't know, Israel, Iran, Israel, Palestine, another conflict, it's just the the tip of the iceberg. But down there is another situation, a very bigger situation, because there are other entities just in conflict among them, just to have control. To have control, and on Earth they can have control too. It's just a part of the structure of the power. Heart, humans on Earth, for example. So, in this case, with the Second World War, there was just some conflict between this extraterrestrial being trying to control the world and the humanoids, that kind of humanoids, went destroyed. When destroyed, went just to get away. And the group of extraterrestrials, just to control the Hebrews, just get another territory, just a promised land, Israel, there, just to create their world, their country, their home. And in this case, another conflict just started at the time, and now we are seeing just the last fire of this conflict. And what are the other extraterrestrials who won on the humanoid, the Aryan humanoids, and now they are trying to control the world through Israel, for example? We don't know, because it's an hybridization. Why there is an hybridization, an hybrid DNA? Because, just a parenthesis, there is no a pure DNA. All DNA are hybridated. But the difference is that when you merge two DNA or more DNA, there's an hybridization, okay? But when this combination, a very good combination, and you can have a lot of great, good characteristics that consent, that allow that genetic combination to survive and reproduce, you can have just a consolidation of that DNA, and you can create just a group of people with that DNA. It's just a consolidation or about a very good combination of DNA. So it's an hybridization, but when you consolidate it, you can call it just with that one name. For example, reptiloid, humanoid, insectoid, humans. They are all just combination of DNA, just consolidated, just in one identified combination, can survive and reproduce. So in this case, other extraterrestrials are trying to hybrid, to create hybridization, just to get one of the most powerful combination they can have. Because always there is an hybridization in the laboratory of extraterrestrial beings. They are always just trying to create the best combination. It's just an arm. It's just a weapon for them. It's just technology. It's just evolution. Like on Earth, in the other dimension, it's the same. In the evolution of technology, science, etc. In session, we can see always, or almost always, just hybridization or just experiment like humans, laboratories, etc. Why? Because they are trying to find the best combination, because it's a war, because there is a competition for the power. And right now in Israel, this group of extraterrestrial beings, very powerful, are trying to get a DNA, but right now there are only experiments. There are only hybridization that we don't understand because it's not identified, because it's not the good combination, because they are not the good combinations. They are failed combination. They are constantly trying new combination until they get another one, a very good one, strong one. It's very interesting. This. Why they are so in conflict with Palestine? Do you try to observe the Palestine DNA? That is the answer. Inside this question, there is the answer. So I don't say anyone more. Maybe for other investigation session, we can discover why Palestine and Israel they are in conflict. This war,
Yes,
the war
interesting.
for the power. Always, the war is for power. It's not religion, difference of religion. No, this is just an excuse for us here on Earth, for humans, for stupid, controlled humans. Okay, so one of you want to add something more, say something about it, about the topic, something more? Yes, Ioana.
I want to ask you, Carlo, what do you think about the United States intervening for Israel and not for Iran, for example? Why do you
Uh,
think that?
very simple answer. Don't you know why? No?
I think I
Anyway,
know why, but I'm asking you.
okay. This question is just pushing me to say just a new for next future in the
Yes.
team because we are going to talk about geopolitics with esoteric connection in other, but not now. Just a project for the future. Now we have to create more things and consolidate more things. So it's a good question because we are going to talk about this in next future or in the future. But in the next very close future, there is another new. Wait a moment, I answer you now. But first of all, do you remember this channel, this YouTube channel? Wait a moment. Do you remember? Where is it? Here. This one. Do you remember Grifasi Academy? In this case, in English. Oh, so there is a very story about this channel because at the start, when I created this academy channels, we used them just to push, just to post session about students in academy, first grade. But the session was not so good for people. There are no so much views. Maybe because the session were very bad, uh, bothering, or yes, because the first first session for an operator maybe yes, I don't know, because there was no so hype in the session. So we closed the project and the channels just stay there, just useless. I tried just to delete this channel because if we don't use the channel, why we can stay with the channel there? It's no sense, no? But now I recovered the channels again because I had an idea, a very good idea. So in this case, we can have just all the department, all the, all the information we can manage on YouTube just in 360 degrees, all perspective. So we have the operator channels just to personalization and Q&A days. Okay, just to answer question and answer. Okay, another department investigation with other channels because it's another thing. Investigations, perfect. And academy, in academy we are going to do another thing, another service. Just since from the next week, we are going to do
Session.
session analysis. We keep just one session. We are going to analyze. So why in life, for example, we question about the public. Just why did you do this in the induction? Why don't you do? Didn't you do the induction? Why this question? Why the reaction of the support was that and not that one? Why the strategy? Why not? Why that? We can explain why. So it's part of the academy. It's part of the academy. So we have personalization, investigations, and academy formation. Great. Now, when we consolidate all those this department in all those the main languages, so English, Spanish, French, Italian, Romanian, Polish, Russian when we can do it, when the situation will have a better solution, of course. And for now, that's it. A little of Lithuanian, a little of Portuguese and German, maybe, but that's it. And after that, we can talk about geopolitics with esoteric perspective, etc. But it's just another future, not just a long-term future. Anyway, so let's answer your question, Ioana. Because right now Israel is just one, not the unique, but just one of the so um, peculiar country that can put United States on his knees. Yes, Israel can control United States. Why? Because Hebrews, his English is Hebrews, no? People, no? Hebrews control a lot of finance, a lot of money in the world, a lot of banks. Dollars are in their hands. And because of the dollars, because of the money of the Hebrews, Trump won the election. That's the answer. And one of the reasons, because Hitler wanted to exterminate just Hebrews, is because they control the economy and the finance. Just control. Just a very powerful tool of control. Finance and economy, money. Okay, so I want to share just the link of the channel, Academy channel, to subscribe here. And that's it. Any question? Another question. Well, another thing, another new. We have a training course in English about the method Grifasi first grade in September.
Beginning.
Yes, at the beginning of September. So we have, I don't know, 1, 2, or 3 days of training course. It depends about the number of people that's there. And there is no online recorded, pre-recorded course because I didn't record it now, right now. But I teach online by Zoom this training course on September. And if you want more information, you can take it here. The last one I did was for German people, for 6 German people in Palma de Mallorca Island in Spain. 5 years ago, just 1 month before no, 1 week before the lockdown, COVID lockdown. It's a lot of time here. So am I present? Share screen. Okay, this is the English website. You can go down, and here you can buy your ticket. I have to put just oh, sorry, what happened? Now I have to put today, maybe I have to put here a long description of the course. This is a very small description. That's it. Okay. So, silence,
I
no
was just
words.
I was thinking now about another little detail during our session with Ioana
Mhm.
about those 12 tribes. I was having the perception that there are somehow there are little differences between them, but not so much. It's like they're having features instilled in them, ingrained, in order to cover somehow the most important fields of the human activity, like they were trained to rule the world somehow in one day. Of course, just a perception of the entities thinking is not something that it's really happening now, but they're made to believe that they are important rulers. They have to dominate the world in all aspects, in all fields. That's why all those 12 tribes. Yes,
And
as you said, it's just a contradiction before so many entities. That's how it is now. It's
Mhm.
And
all about power.
if I can add, Claudia, also you perceived a lot about their DNA. You perceived a lot of aggressivity
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
and domination, and also intelligence, like cleverness,
mm-hmm. Yes.
as if they were made to do this. Yeah.
Mhm. And you, Ioana, what do you think about the Israel is controlling the United States? What is your answer, your thought?
I thought the same. I had the same thought that Israel rules the world right now and could beat the United States. Beat.
Yes, as you can see, Europe is just a server, United States, like a serve. We don't have money just to do for us, and we have to multiply the budget for the defense because Trump just asked about it.
I think it won't last. I think it won't last long
I don't know. Let's see. I don't know.
because if even the financial system, the SWIFT financial
Yes,
system.
but there are tricks to do it. There are tricks.
Yes,
Yeah, you can print more money. So inflation, what is inflation? Inflation is just to take power for the money, for the all the mass of money, and concentrate just in the part of the printed, the last recent printed money. So in this case, you keep all the a part of value of the money just to keep in your hands with inflation, printing money. And there are tricks. It was just one of the tricks.
yes,
And if you have some assets, you can get advantage about the situation. So assets are growing more because the dollar, the money is just losing value. So if you have an asset, just comparing with the money you can buy it, for example, a building, an house, or an asset, just a very good company shares or gold or
or
Bitcoin.
crypto. Yeah,
Now, crypto, it depends. Bitcoin
yeah,
better.
depends
Other
on the.
crypto can get can dead.
Mhm.
You can increase your value because of this inflation.
Yep.
Okay, so let's see next week. Maybe we can have an analysis, a session analysis next week. I don't know, but anyway, we will meet another time next week on Wednesday. Yeah.
Yes. 1:30
Thank you,
Italian
Carlo.
time.
Okay, thank you all to
Thank
stay
you.
here to discuss with
Thank
me.
Thank
It's a
you.
you.
pleasure to stay here with you. And have a good weekend and see you.
You too. See you next
You
week.
See
too.
you.
See you.
See you,
Bye bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.